I had so much hells detangling this side of my head. Not this. This side was nice. This side is the nice side. This side is not the problem child. This side, however, hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel where I break down the fundamentals of my hair care. Okay guys, so today's video is really real. Today's video is live and direct. Today's video is me just, sharing with you all of the emotions that I'm feeling right now in regards to, as you guessed it, so from the title, stretching. So this is what a lot of people don't normally talk about when it comes to your relaxed hair care. This is the part of your relaxed hair care that can sometimes challenge you and test you to see how well you really know your hair. And I figured that it was time that some of us come and just tell you as it is, let you know, and hopefully you can relate as well, that the experience is not always a happy, satisfying, and pleasurable one. So today's video is all about what they don't tell you about relaxer stretching. So if you've been on my channel, you would have seen a video that I uploaded about how to successfully stretch your relaxers. And I still swear by that. I'm still a huge promoter of stretching relaxers. But right now, I'm over this stretch. At present, I'm about 15 weeks post relaxer, and oh my god, but I'm saving all the details for my next relaxer update, which is this week. But this is just me talking about my experience with stretching. And this video was really inspired by Dominique Baker over here on YouTube as well, where she just, pretty much said that she's done with stretching. Now, I'm not done with stretching, but I'm kind of tired of it. I have a few things written down, so let's just talk about all the things that people don't tell you about stretching, but yet they tell you that you need to stretch. So we know what relaxer stretching is. Of course, it's the period of time in between your relaxers. And normally it's recommended that you go 10 to 12 weeks. And believe me, 10 to 12 weeks is cool. After you pass 12 weeks, girl, if you have 4C type texture like me, after 12 weeks, you don't even want to know what I'm going through right now. Trust me, you don't want to know. Number one, managing the new growth is on a different level. It's pretty much hells. Your new growth is dry. It's difficult to comb through. And let's not talk about detangling. So my most recent wash day, oh my God, I had so much hells detangling this side of my head. Not this. This side was nice. This side is the nice side. This side is not the problem child. This side, however, this is where I get a lot of breakage and a lot of shedding for whatever reason. Now, I don't know what happens on that side of my head whenever I pass 12 weeks post, but it's on a different level. No matter how much conditioner I put on, it just would not detangle. And it's as though the more I comb through my hair, it's the more breakage and shedding that I'm seeing. And it's very frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. I don't know what can be done for it, because this side is fine. But it's this side and the weird texture that I have going on here. Like literally, I believe back here is like 4Z. I don't think this is a normal texture. So for people who are struggling on their relaxed hair journey and your hair texture is the same all around your head, your hair texture is the same as this side of my head, I could understand. I can relate with you because I feel it. Number two, let's talk about styling. This is what I have going on. 15 weeks post relaxer. What the heck can I really do with my hair? But I'm not trying to flat iron it. I just don't want to mess with the new growth at all. So it becomes so difficult to style my hair. Putting it back in a bun, it's a whole bunch of bumps and lumps and everything. It's not smooth. It's it's just difficult to style. Like I just came up with this weird style because honestly, I have no idea what else to do with it. When it's down, it just doesn't look right. When it's back in a bun, I have to do too much to my edges. So this sort of helps me to camouflage the fact that my edges need attention. And that leads me to point number three, your edges. Edge control, it helps. It really does help to just lay your edges really flat. And I think, anything past 12 weeks, it becomes a challenge to style your edges. And depending on the product that you're using, the build up and the look of it, when you just apply edge control to your hair and that part of your hair is nice, flat and smooth, but then the rest of your hair just looks weird. It just looks out of place. I hate that look. And so I'm considering whether or not I need to be stretching for 14, 15 weeks. And it's that part of your head as well. That's when people notice that you need a relaxer, you know, from your edges. Like I've had people, you know, in the past look at me like, oh, your hair looks different. And I'm just like, yeah, I need a relaxer. That's why it looks different. It's not straight and people can see it. It sort of makes you look rough. And I know that's weird, but yeah, it kind of makes you look rough and not put together when your edges just don't look nice and sleek. And I don't know if that's, you know, because of what's being touted out there in social media, that your edges always have to look sleek, but sometimes it becomes a burden on you to always have your edges sleek. And I don't subscribe to it all the time. As you can see right now, I'm coming to you, I have nothing on my edges. And maybe for the week, I won't put anything on there either, because for the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to sleek it down. It becomes a challenge. That's all I say. It becomes a challenge to style your hair, especially with your edges in this condition. Number 4, your whole product and routine setup has to change. You're now looking at 2 different textures of hair, and in some instances 3, because there are people out there with under-processed hair. I have a bit of under-processed hair on this side of my head. So it becomes a challenge. Your routine definitely has to change. So whereas maybe you know, for those of you who pre-poo, it could be that pre-pooing is now your friend because you have all of this new growth. For me, it's more thick moisturizers, thick conditioners, because the new growth coming up is not soft, you know what I mean? It's dry. It's really dry. It means as well that you have to cater specifically to your new growth, and that's something that I haven't been doing this relaxer stretch. I've been really lazy, and so my new growth hasn't been getting as much attention as it needs to be. One of the good things about stretching your relaxer is you get so much volume, guys. Look at this. I have this lift at my root that I know if I wasn't stretching I would not have, because my hair is not voluminous like that, but it does give you that little lift, and I really appreciate when I'm stretching, because you know, the lift looks nice. The lift looks like you have, you know, thicker hair, looks like you have a lot more volume than what you really do have. So that's a good thing about stretching your relaxers. But the volume also has a knockoff effect, right? Because the more volume you have at your root, the more your ends tend to look thin, and that's especially when your ends look, you know, your ends are in a terrible state. Thinness and unevenness of your ends really stands out a lot when you're relaxer stretching for long periods. The new growth lifts up your hair, and so because the texture of your hair is so different in different places, of course your hair then looks uneven, it looks thin, it just looks weird, and it doesn't look healthy. And I'm one of those persons who doesn't like to see my hair in that state. So most times when I'm relaxer stretching past 12 weeks, I tend to bun my hair because it just doesn't look nice. It's not a look that I like to promote. It's not a look that looks good. So I try not to wear my hair down at all during that state. Now, if I didn't say this earlier, this is number 7. If I didn't say this earlier, there is no way when I'm past 12 weeks that I can get a comb through my new growth if it's not wash day. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm going to experience so much breakage. It's a struggle. It's really a struggle. And so, you know, that as well makes the styling process so much more challenging, because all I can do is brush my hair. But then you know that the lumps and bumps are there, so sometimes you really do need to comb through in order to get a semi-decent looking style. But what do? It's either you choose between looking really sleek and nice with a bun, or you put the comb in your hair and you get breakage. Which one would you choose? Because for me, I don't want the breakage, so I just leave my hair alone for the entire week. I don't touch it. I don't put a comb to it, and if I do put a comb to it, it's definitely not going up to my new growth, because girl, disaster, trouble. Now, I know some persons always say, oh, spray on water on your hair. That helps, that makes it manageable. Our hair likes water. I'm not gonna disagree. Water is fine, because majority of our hair products are made up of a high percentage of water. So our hair does like water, but water on its own does not help. Water on its own makes my hair dry. I've tried it. I've tried styling my hair in the morning, spraying water on it, and it does help to make your hair a little bit more pliable and helps to shape it a little bit when you're styling it. But from the time I get home, oh my god, my hair feels so dry. It's like, what's the point? I think I need to wash my hair. I think I need to start over. Adding moisturizer to my hair just wouldn't help at all. My hair is just left in a dry state. So it's always encouraged that maybe you just don't use water alone, but you use water mixed in with some leave-in conditioner, mixed in with some conditioner, something that would stick to the hair and not tend to make the hair as dry as as water does on its own. Now, what people don't tell you as well, and this is point number 9, is that stretching your relaxer can result in more damage to your hair than good. Yes, we promote stretching because it helps. It helps with limiting the amount of over-processed hair that you may have when you are. But if you are not stretching the right way, if you're not listening to your hair can actually experience a lot more damage, And for me, I feel like I'm at that stage where I'm seeing more damage than good. And so that for me is an indicator, okay, time to relax your hair, time to go to the salon and get things sorted out because your hair is just not responding well to anything at all. Stretching your relaxer as well, I think, makes you want to apply heat to your hair more because the textures of your hair changes when you're stretching. Your whole vibe is just off. So I feel that sometimes you want to actually apply more heat to your hair to tame your hair a bit because air drying becomes a challenge past 12 weeks, I'm telling you. And for me, I find it difficult to air dry my hair after 12 weeks because my hair takes so long to dry. So, you know, typically between the 1 to 10 weeks post mark, my hair would probably air dry within 40-50 minutes, just on its own, just me being in the house, lounging and just chilling. Yesterday, I sat down and my hair up inside there was taking so long to dry. I just got irritated and I went for the blow dryer because I'm like, I'm not sitting down here for the whole day with wet hair, you know, so I had to run for the blow dryer. And of course, there's some people who go a step further and apply the flat iron because you just want your hair to be manageable. Now, the last thing I'm going to touch on, of course, is the fact that you know that you need a relaxer. You know that you're stretching too long when you're losing hair throughout all of the process. That was me yesterday. I was losing so much hair in the shower. I came out, I was detangling my hair, I was still losing hair. I was putting in moisturizer and my oils, my serum, I was still losing hair. I was putting in my flexi rods, I was still losing hair. Hair loss all over my head, and I just, at that point, I said, I need a relaxer. My stretching is working against me. I have to do what I can to pull back and just listen to my hair. So yeah, guys, of course, stretching is promoted widely throughout the relaxed hair community, and it's something that is good. I still swear by it, but I think at this point, I'm done stretching past 12 weeks. My hair can only take so much, but I'm really eager to come to you and do my relaxer update and really just break it down for you so that, you know, we can relate, we can share, because at this point, I want to know, is anybody else going through this? Does anybody else experience this past a particular mark? What is your mark? What is your mark when you know that your hair has had enough of the stretching? Because right now I'm seeing it. I think normally my hair wouldn't react this way if I had in some sort of a protective hairstyle, because last relaxer stretch, that was not an issue. But for this one, But I'm not going into too much details. Look out for my relaxer update. And of course, guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video. Of course, if you haven't yet already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video with a friend, girl, and tell a friend to stop over on DenaJ's channel. We're trying to upload videos every single Sunday. So until next week Sunday, guys, take care. Bye.